CTV News at 5 with Hudson Mack.
Well, the first semester is drawing to a close. Nearly half the school year, half the year is almost over, and still no movement in the teacher strike. Until today, the BC Teachers Federation has come back to the table with a new position, scaling back demands, but the province says the teachers still simply want too much. The Teachers Federation brought a new $300 million wage demand to the table today. The teachers say their new stance represents a significant shift aimed at pushing the talks forward. The union has been asking for a major wage increase, and the government keeps saying it has no money for any salary boost.
The package that we're tabling today proposes a 3-year agreement with a salary increase based on the cost of living allowance in the first year and a COLA plus market adjustment in the second and third. The package also proposes modest improvements to benefits. We have been tasked with a mandate that says that we must improve benefits. Benefits for teachers have not improved, not changed in 18 years.
Teachers have been working to rule since the start of the school year, conducting limited strike action since September, including refusing to write report cards. The Education Minister says the new offer from the Teachers Federation does not meet the province's demand of a zero-wage mandate. He says he's not optimistic on the prospects for a new agreement. Police in Saanich have investigated 4 fraud cases that they say are possibly linked to the theft of financial data earlier this month at the University of Victoria. But tonight they have ruled out 2 of those cases. Investigators say the other 2 do appear to be connected to the theft of banking and personal data, affecting close to 12,000 current and former UVic employees. Police say the most recent fraud was reported by a woman who is currently employed at the university. She says she had her account accessed January 12th outside the Victoria area. Detectives think the second case of fraud may also be related to the data theft that happened January 8th. UVic is currently reviewing its security measures. Well, with the snow falling on and off for much of the day, we went out and hit the streets this afternoon to ask you what you think of it all and if you think we really are wimps when it comes to an old-fashioned Canadian winter. Here's what you told us.
Yeah.
Why?
Hey, because everybody says they're cold. It's not even cold.
I think most of us are from snowy places, so I think we're just like out of practice.
As a matter of fact, yes, I do. And everyone forgets how to drive for some reason.
Oh, it depends if I have to get in the car. If I don't have to get in the car, I'm fine.
Perfect. If you have to get in the car?
I prefer not to.
Yeah, I do. But I think it's more to do with safety and the ice.
Well, I'm from Calgary, so this is nothing. It's awesome today. It's just gorgeous.
Absolutely not. We carry yak tracks with us all the time, and we're good to go.
Highly contagious bacteria has been found in an adult patient on the children's ward at Nanaimo Regional General Hospital. An adult carrying C. difficile was placed on the ward Friday when the hospital reached capacity. Pediatricians in Nanaimo have been warning for months that using the children's beds for adult patients is very dangerous because the adults could expose the children to germs and bacteria. The Vancouver Island Health Authority has said repeatedly that the adult patients are carefully screened before they are admitted to the overflow beds. But it is the second time in recent weeks that an adult infected with a contagious bacteria has been admitted to the ward. Pediatricians met with VIHA officials today. They say the meeting went well, and they're hopeful that there's a solution coming soon.
We definitely had the opportunity to share each other's concerns, to hear each other's concerns, and I think Dr. Burns has now heard well all of the issues that we have as pediatricians, especially with regards to the 4-bed adult medical unit on the pediatric ward. And our impression is that every step is going to be taken to try and not have that on our ward.
The adult carrying the C. difficile was removed from the children's ward as soon as the infection was discovered and confirmed. It is not believed that any children have been infected as a result. A community project in the Nanaimo South End is being trashed right now by people who are dumping their household garbage in the dark of night. Over the past few years, dozens of hand-painted art bins have popped up on South End streets in an effort to try to curb neighborhood littering. The bins are emptied by people who live in the area and added to their own household trash at pickup time. But recently, the city introduced a green bin program for compostable garbage and switched to emptying household garbage bins once every 2 weeks instead of once a week. Since that happened, the art bins have been mysteriously filling up overnight.
There are people who are at night driving up and putting their own personal garbage in art bins and leaving the people who are looking after them with, bags of household garbage to deal with. And because this is not a city project, because the city doesn't pick up the garbage, we put it in with our own garbage, it can leave people, stuck with bags of garbage and no place to deliver it, nothing they can do with it.
So the result is many people in the community are now choosing to remove their art bins from the public sidewalk so that others can't use them as a public dump site. The association fears that will lead to a return of litter in the neighborhood, the very problem the art bins were supposed to combat.
Probably our next step is to, try and get a little bit more support for the project. And it's something, I look after 4 bins, and I don't have a tremendous amount of problem, but I have McDonald's and Van Cam and a lot of the businesses around helping me. So I think that's probably our next step, is to try and get a little bit more support.
The community association is hoping that once people realize the city doesn't empty the art bins, they'll stop dumping the trash in them so the bins can go back onto the street to be used for their original anti-litter purpose. And this was the scene in Nanaimo today. The snow did come down on and off. It didn't really stick. A few centimeters of snow accumulated at the higher elevations of the Mid-Island, but overall, Nanaimo and the Mid-Island region was spared the snow that hit the south today.